the story goes that I was such a nice kid that my mother was a little worried about me. She was afraid I was going to become a priest. And so she put this book called Beat the Dealer in my Christmas stocking when I was 16. I have since forgiven her. But I went off to Las Vegas and had a career as a professional blackjack player, which I still say is the only real job I've ever had. And I managed to get asked to leave casinos on 6 continents. This next song we're going to play starts off in Sri Lanka, where my friend Art and I went to play blackjack. It was a bad time to be going over there. There was a civil war going. There are 2 civil wars actually going on. The Tamil Tigers from this side, the Marxist rebels from here. Bombs were going off, bodies were turning up. You might ask why you would go to a place like that to play blackjack, and I would just tell you that it was a good game. Our motto was "Reward lives in the house of risk," which Art repeated like a mantra hourly. And I remember on the plane on the way over there, I was reading my little Berlitz book, Find Out a Little Something about Sri Lanka, and it said in there that in Sri Lanka, when they want to say yes, they shake their head from side to side, like this, kind of bobblehead, side to side. And I just thought that was so weird. And I asked the guy next to me, he was from Colombo, I said, it says in here that when you guys want to say yes, you shake your head from side to side. Is that true? And he goes, and I said, yeah, I didn't think so. That's crazy. You know, it did take me, so it took me a couple days to figure that out. And you know, when you play blackjack, you learn that you never do play forever. And it was a few days later that I found myself in the back room with a casino owner. We were having this little conversation about the chips that I had won, which were on a table in between us. We were having this conversation about whether I was going to be allowed to actually cash those chips and take the money away. But he kept coming back to this one thing. He kept saying, you know, it's a very dangerous game you're playing. It's a very dangerous game you're playing. And 45 minutes later, I declined his offer for a ride back to the hotel. I got most of my money. I called Art. You know, I said, Art, you know, I'm down here at the Paradise Casino with the man, and he says, do you think they might kill you? And apparently I said, I don't actually remember this. Art tells me this, but apparently I said yes. I think they might. So he sent a taxi.
What are friends for, right?
He sent a taxi, and we were pretty much on the next plane out of Sri Lanka. We never went back. But Art was encouraging me to take risks in even more dangerous areas of my life. And there was a French woman who was staying at the Colombo Hilton where we were, and she was the other person staying at the Colombo Hilton where we were. And I wanted to ask her out, but I was a very shy young man. And so it took a lot of encouragement from Art. Finally, I did ask her if she would go to dinner with me. And, of course, she said, not really. She was French. She didn't know any of that. She said yes. And we went to this nice little out-of-the-way place. Nobody had known where we were going, but we found this nice out-of-the-way place where they serve gourmet food, and they dressed real nice, and the dinner went fine. Thank you for asking. And but when the waiter brought the check holder, he brought the check holder and he handed it to me, and he said, "It's all taken care of, sir." And I opened the check holder, and there, in Art's neat block printing, he had apparently stumbled across us in his evening. It said, "A reward from the House of Risk." So this is called Dangerous Game. Colombo, Sri Lanka, 2 civil wars. One during the day, the other at night. I was counting cards at the House of Risk. I was a little ahead, I was doing all right. tap on the shoulder, led to a room. He called it his office, but it felt like a tomb. We were from different worlds, but there was no language barrier. He said, it's a very dangerous game you're playing. I said, I know one's scarier. I left my helmet back at the bar. There was ice on the road, there was ice on my bike, and the cops pulled me over to the top of the hill. I walked the line, I knew the drill. That's when he gave me the lecture, the whole chapter and verse. He said, it's a very dangerous game you're playing. I said, I know. Nevada underground tests, a fire in the earth, a lake into the sky, Greenpeace soldiers on our backcountry action, all the way to ground zero. We climbed in the wagon hunts, waiting in their ATVs, guns raised and ready, tell us to freeze. They were protecting a bomb blast. Now what could be stranger? They said it's a very dangerous game you're playing, but they don't. From Porter House, 3 a.m. I'm feeling loose, doors locked up tight. I reach for the doorbell, but then I wander off in the middle of the night. And I'm crazy with cold feet and make up my mind. Let it drag out, play for more time. And there was just one message on my message machine. She said, it's a very dangerous game you're playing. I said, I know what you mean. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. The incredible Julie Beaver.